Friends, hello everyone.
Hello, hello.
We are going to see a little house. This is a long-awaited video for many of our viewers, as recently some viewers have often commented, Lena, you haven't been going to see houses or doing house reviews for a while. And actually, yes, we really haven't gone ourselves in a long time. We had many other tasks that needed to be prioritized. But today we decided to visit a house, and it won't be a model home like we usually visit. It will be a newly built house, and today there is an open house, which means it's an open house day. Usually when someone wants to sell a house faster, they hold open houses, and people can come and view these houses from the inside. And for this, there is no need to invite a realtor or any other person, nor do you need to arrange anything with the owner. They organize a day when anyone interested can freely come in, take a look, clarify everything, and ask all their questions. And we want to see this house too, because we noticed that this developer often offers their homes in the listings. I see many offers for exactly this type of houses. We want to go see the quality of the finishing of this house in person. And the most interesting point is that the price of this house already includes the land. Usually the model homes we look at have a price that is just for the model of the house. That is, you choose a model and they showcase a certain model. The land has nothing to do with the plot on which this house stands, to the cost of the house. Therefore, the price of this house already includes everything. So we will take a good look at the lot. We hope the weather won't interfere with us. We had to start the video from the car because it unexpectedly started to rain. When we stepped out, it seemed like the sun was shining, but then it started to drizzle. So let's take a look at this little house. If we like it, we'll keep it in mind. And of course, let's go. We're taking you with us. We're starting with the car. We want to drive there now and also show you the neighborhood. Well, let's start with where this house is located, because if, as I mentioned before, in a model home it doesn't matter, they can build it on any lot, in any neighborhood. This house is being sold directly on this lot and in this neighborhood. Therefore, I think some will be interested in seeing the neighborhood where this house is located as well. There is an elementary school just 4 minutes away from this house.
Elementary school.
We are here. We have arrived. This is not a community, it's a regular city. Street, so to speak. Here is the house. There is a sign that says open house today, right?
Realtor's information.
Well, let's go take a look. This house has 1,730 square feet. The lot is 0.27 acres. We'll write on the screen how much that is.
Let's translate. Here it is.
Therefore, the house is of medium size, 1,700 square feet. This is basically an average medium house, neither big nor small. There is already a garage here. It is clear that the garage is for 2 cars. The air conditioner, boiler, and electrical panel are painted with brick.
Block house.
It's immediately clear because you can see the brick here.
Return these blocks.
So, most likely the house is block built, not frame built. Well, and here usually there is concrete on the floor. Well, let's go inside.
It is raining.
There is a small patch of grass in front. The house is not fenced at all. They have planted a magnolia here. Yes, I think it's a magnolia. It's still a small tree for now. But they have made a little path and planted some bushes. There is a small area in front of the house where, in principle, something can also be organized or fenced off, creating a sort of mini arbor at the front of the house. The finishing is ordinary, yes, on the top. Here, if you look, it's an ordinary painted house. A couple of light fixtures, a large window at the entrance.
Did you call? Not yet. We're calling, friends. All right, let's go in.
So, this is the entrance. The house is not a model home, so it is not decorated 100%. There is just some furniture placed to give a little sense of the size. So, of course, everything can be organized here to make it cozy. The ceilings here are 9-something. That is, these are not low ceilings. They are quite good.
But that's a downside, right?
For example, I like it when, if the ceiling is high, the door is a little higher as well. But here, the door is ordinary, standard, and it somehow feels a bit grounding.
Well, it is what it is.
There are such light fixtures hanging here at the entrance. Everything here, the light fixtures, is included in the price of the house, except for the furniture. Everything else is included.
So, the windows are actually standard, and here they are offered with this kind of grille. The entrance to the front of the house leads to a small gostinaya, and when you enter the house there is a small hallway that can be organized as an entryway, for example. Here, yes, something behind the door to hang things on. There is a small recess, so it might be a narrow, perhaps even a small cabinet. If you really want to, you can organize it. But as we have said many times, in America, people usually don't have hallways here. The owners all enter through the garage, and everything can be done there, while guests just come in. Here, it is even customary not to take off your shoes at all, so there is no place for shoes or anything. You just walk in and go straight through. Moreover, this is Florida, where it is usually hot and warm, so it means a small gostinaya. Very small. But, it doesn't always have to be gigantic. The house is essentially of medium size, so it is quite sufficient. The floor everywhere we walked has the same tiles. The tiles are very pleasant. I like the color. It's a nice beige gray. And tiles are definitely good because the cheap option is either linoleum or carpet in the rooms. And the tiles are already a bit of an improved option, so here in this particular house it is indeed tiles. We'll come back here later. This is the exit to the backyard, so let me show you the entrance from this side right away. Yes, you must agree that a model home looks completely different because designers work there. Everything is beautifully arranged, and it feels entirely different. And when everything is simply placed like this, the house gives a different impression. The color of the walls is also a gray-beige shade. But it's not cold. It's more of a warm shade. So, from the gostinaya, we have an entrance to the 2 rooms. Here is such a room. The light fixtures you see are just ordinary ceiling bulbs. There are no fans here, as was done before, but there is a switch for the fan as well. This means that usually everyone replaces them and installs their own light fixtures with fans. Here, the room is not dark. It's fine. It's small. Basically, there are 2 single beds. Or 1 double bed. It fits easily. Here, the window overlooks the backyard of this house. We will also go to the yard together. There is, of course, a built-in wardrobe. Usually wardrobes are not separate here. They are always built into the wall. And here is also a somewhat unconventional solution. These handles are everywhere. They are round, unusual, and cheap. But here is something a little different, and already it looks different. Everywhere on all the doors, there are these round handles. In my opinion, the absence of carpet is a plus, because carpet, is a dust collector. The tiles are easy to wash and clean. They are more durable and safer. So, there is a small hallway here. Let's go straight to the other room, take a look, and then to the bathroom that is intended for these 2 rooms. This room is also quite bright. Here, basically the same thing. You can place 2 beds. I think they are absolutely mirrored. Only here, I think, is there a window with a grill, right? If I'm not mistaken. That window was ordinary, right? Here are 2 panes without a grill. And here is the front part of the house. They apparently decided to make it uniform. Just like in the gostinai at the entrance, it is the same here. There is also the same kind of window. Well, it's the same closet, that is, a garderobnaya. Everything is the same. It's ordinary, standard, narrow, where you can't really walk in, but you just hang up clothes, put some shelves, organize it, and that's it. This room is brighter, much brighter. Maybe it's because the sun is on this side now. It might be in the morning over there. Right now, it's already 3:15 in the afternoon, so the sun is shining here. The quality of the finishing, we looked at it. Basically, the walls are painted quite well. Everything is done very neatly. There are no obvious defects that would stand out, as can happen even in expensive houses. You look at the house, for example, it's huge and beautiful, but when you start examining the finishes, there are many defects. Here, it's not bad. The baseboards are nice and even. High, there are, of course, higher than the baseboard, but these are also not low. At our home, for example, it is lower than the baseboard, so it looks quite decent. There is a very small storage room where you can put things like towels and bed linens for these 2 rooms, with these little drawers and shelves. Additionally, the bathroom, which is for these 2 bedrooms, respectively. Everything is in one style. The kitchen is also similar. Here is the bathtub. There is no shower cabin here. And the plus is that there is tile here. Usually, in budget homes, there is a plastic insert, the bathtub. They come in a solid construction. But here, it's not like that. Here, it's an upgraded version. The bathtub is separate. The tiles are covered separately. There is a small window, which is a plus. So, the toilet. Everything is standard. There is a large mirror. There are no light fixtures above the mirror either. Just one light bulb in this bathroom. And here is the sink. This is quartz. Well, it's a budget-friendly quartz. The faucets. The drawers here do not have soft close mechanisms. They are ordinary. That's it. We are going out. So this area is either a guest room or 2 children's rooms. You can already see what suits you best based on your circumstances. We went back into the living area and are heading towards the kitchen zone. Our kitchen is small but spacious. It has the same light fixtures as at the entrance, only they are turned on. Silva. This is the kind of island. There are 3 chairs that stand freely, and I think 4 would fit easily. So, in a family of 4, they can comfortably sit here. There are definitely outlets on the sides. Usually they don't skimp on outlets when building houses. So there is quartz here too, the same as in the bathroom. Everything is absolutely identical. The sink in the kitchen is like this. There is a garbage disposal, which is very useful for disposing of food waste. Here is such a faucet, which is very versatile. You can use it for just water, or you can attach a shower head to it. It offers 2 options for your convenience. Additionally, it can be connected to the dishwasher. This is a mandatory feature of the universe in all homes. Well, as I already mentioned, all these little drawers do not have soft close mechanisms. The kitchen is completely ordinary, neither bad nor good. That is, it's ordinary, standard. A refrigerator like this fits in on this side. These cabinets here could potentially be used to create a coffee corner. There is an additional countertop, not just an island and a working, let's say, area. There is also this coffee area. Why not? It's actually very convenient. These offices are grey. There is still space left, but you know, it's a matter of taste. The ceilings are high. If you want to reach all the way to the ceiling, you'll need a ladder. Here, in general, to reach the top shelf, you already need a ladder. And here is an area in the kitchen where we have an electric stove and a microwave. The microwave comes with an exhaust hood, but we have a full-fledged exhaust hood that has an outlet to the outside, which is good. So, this is an extractor that actually removes the greasy air and odors and vents them outside. Usually there isn't this outlet. Usually it just filters the grease. So while you are frying and steaming here, the smell doesn't go anywhere. It just pulls in the smoke and steam from the food. The grease settles there, and the air comes back into the room. We have an extractor here, which is very good. About the drawers, what can I say? There aren't that many, it seems to me, because there are just a few here. Yes, there are some right here. Well, in general, I always lack drawers, so it's a bit of a problem for me. The backsplash is finished with regular tiles like this. It's often done in bathrooms. But here is the working area of the backsplash. We are making it. Also, we have a small pantry here. This is it. In the pantry, which is the kitchen pantry, you store various packages of things, dry food, jars, little bottles, and everything else. It's small. So the light is not here, but the light is in the hallway. There you go. I like them a little longer, so they are longer. It's kind of nice, but a bit narrow for me. So, here from the kitchen, there is an exit to the laundry room. Here we have the dryer installed. There is currently a shelf being offered, and that's basically it. Look at the outlet, it's up there. I wonder, what is the outlet doing there? So high up. This is a puzzle, friends. Here, of course, it can be removed and made into full drawers so that everything looks more civilized, instead of just sitting on the surface collecting dust. It should all go into drawers and look beautiful. So we exit this area and head to the dining area. It is the only one in this house. Since the house is not very large, the dining area is purely family-oriented. Well, you can also have breakfast here on the countertop at the island, and have lunch there. And here, you can sit with friends and guests. Look at the clock. What a clock it is. I don't know if they will leave it or not, or if they just placed it there. Such a price tag, a wooden clock. Well, the table here seats 4 to 6 people. It can also be extended in length. In other words, essentially, about 12 people can easily sit here. It's a good space, not bad. The same light fixture as above the countertop is also at the entrance. A large window, now without bars, opens up to the backyard. You can create a cozy atmosphere in this house. Basically, you can play around with it, and it will look very nice. There is also such space here. You can also organize something for storage or decorate it in a very nice way. Oh, the thermostat is somewhat modern and efficient. The operation of the air conditioner depends a lot on the thermostat and its settings. So, well, let's move on. Here, from the kitchen, there is an immediate exit to the master bedroom. It's a small little corridor. There's not a door right away. There's a bit of space. You could also hang a picture or come up with something. And here is the master bedroom. Slava is working here. So the master bedroom is neither small nor tiny, right? Slava. A regular, average. In principle, a king-size bed fits easily here. There is plenty of space to place a whole dresser. There is a lot of room, and you could even put an armchair if you wanted. There is also enough space for a wide, good-sized nightstand. And there is also definitely enough space in front of the bed on this side. A dresser with a mirror or a TV would fit perfectly here. There's also plenty of space to walk around. It's a nice, nice place. Maybe if the bed weren't there, it would seem like a small room. But since there is some furniture, you can already get a little idea of the size of this room and what can fit in here, right? Blockhouse. Aha, Slava clarified. Is it written? We took the information, but we will show you. Yes? So I told you there are blocks in the garage, and most likely the house is made of blocks. But in our city, they just tend to build block houses more often. Frame houses are built in communities. That's where the cheap plots are, and that's where they most often build frame houses. However, in the city, the houses are mostly block structures. As we drive, we see construction everywhere. We don't encounter any frames. So, what do they have lying here? Bedding, apparently, was meant to be laid out here. For now, there is nothing, and from here, we have an exit to the bathroom. The bathroom has 2 sinks, 2 mirrors like this without light fixtures. But that's not a problem. The main thing is that there is something for the time being. Later, everything can be customized to your liking. Everything in one style, both the kitchen and the bathroom. All these cabinets are the same. It's the same here. The countertop is also quartz. The same faucets. And right across from the sink, we have a beautiful, spacious countertop with plenty of room for all your kitchen essentials.
I say we because we are currently here, and I say we so that some viewers don't wonder why I keep saying we all the time. In this house, I don't know how important it is. Here is the dressing room. The dressing room is for the master bedroom, but it is very spacious. Look, here is the area. You can enter it, meaning it is wide. And here is another area. It's also a nice indentation there. Here, for example, you can also separate the men's and women's areas, or arrange them in some way. That is, usually 2 dressing rooms are made. But here they saved space, and since it turned out to be not small, and the zones are divided, it is also convenient in its own way. It is also convenient. A good dressing room. And there is also tile in it. Usually, they can save on the dressing room and put carpet in it. But no, here there is tile everywhere, which is a plus. For me personally, this is a plus. The handles everywhere are all the same. So in the master bedroom there is no bathtub. There is a shower cabin. And there is still garbage here because apparently they built all this construction mess. They haven't cleaned up the mess after the construction yet.
The shower cabin is also completely tiled, just like in that bathroom. There is also tile laid down below. There is a small window as well. There is already a lamp here. Shelves. There was also a glass shelf there. And opposite the shower cabin, we have a toilet with a door. Many people are uncomfortable when there is a house where the toilet does not have a door, but here it does. And there is even enough space in the toilet. Look, there is a small opening when you enter, and here is a very spacious toilet. You can also hang cabinets and shelves, anything you want. And on this side, opposite the door, there is still enough space, so you can also place something here, like an organizer for storing toiletries, bath items, or anything else. In other words, there is plenty of space. That's a plus. The toilet is very spacious. Nice. Let's go out. We are going out, returning to our master bedroom, and now we will go to the backyard. Let's see how it is there. Here we have, as you already understand, where everything is located, and the exit to the backyard. Oh, listen, there is such a nice platform here, very spacious. It's got a roof. Not just a little square patch like you usually find in cheap houses, but this part is really well arranged to provide shade from the sun. The little shady area is just perfect. Great, and there is plenty of space. Look at how the sofa fits in, the table, and there is still enough room to add more here. Good, but if desired, it can certainly be extended. But it seems to me that this space is more than enough, right under the awning. And here, something open can be organized. The plot is standard, urban. That is essentially where the big tree is. You can already put up a fence here. And that's it. Well, this is where the fence goes. Here, basically, to extend it. And this is the entire plot. Small plots around the city, yes. That is, if you want to make a pool, then here, basically, is probably one pool. Well, there might be enough space for a pool here. You could create an area for a fire pit, a place for a campfire. The grill can be placed somewhere nearby. Well, in principle, it can be arranged neatly and comfortably. This is a standard plot. There is a house standing on a similar plot behind the fence. Exactly the same. And there is a pool over there. You see, there is a covered area with a net. This area goes almost right up to the fence. There is a pool there, so it's fine. It can be organized. Here, it seems, is an old house. You see, there are large trees on that lot, and here they have only just built. Well, of course, with such a lot, you see, you have neighbors. You went out to relax, and they went out to relax, and you will be looking at each other. Therefore, a fence is certainly appropriate here to create a bit of a private area. On this side, the plot, here, the neighbors, you see, are fenced off by trees. There are no neighbors on the left, and a small canal flows here. Well, it's such an unkempt place. Just water. There is a breeding ground for mosquitoes, let's call it that, and gnats and frogs, because when a heavy downpour occurs, it's like the choir of Piatnitsky here, my friends. They are shouting and bleating like sheep all over the street. Oh, and it's dripping from the trees. I thought it started to rain. I look at the water, but at least it separates me from the neighbors, meaning there is some privacy on at least one side. And this is how the plot looks from this side. There is an air conditioner here, and some bushes are planted. Well, basically, if you put up a fence here, this place can also be used in some way. Maybe for some gardening tasks, some trees can be planted. Although there are poles here, I don't even know. In general, something can be thought of. This window. This is the bathroom. Remember when bathrooms used to have those small windows? The wall is solid. There are no windows on this side at all. Here, friends, this is indeed the kind of plot. The grass here is truly very weak and quite sparse. The neighbors have greener grass, as they always say, right? The neighbor's grass is greener. Well, it seems they take care of it regularly, trimming and watering it. And here, apparently, it has just been laid out.
it may not have fully taken root yet. So, let's go check out the plot from this side as well, to have a complete view of the house from all angles. Yes, there's a small spot here where the hose can be screwed in. In essence, there is already a fence here. If a fence is to be installed, then one part is already there. You can make a partition there just to separate it for yourself. This part also already has a fence. It's not really needed there, but if you really want to, you can put one up. However, here of course, it would be nice to have a barrier from the neighbor. Either plant some tall trees or extend the fence to create a private territory where one can spend time without fearing that someone is watching. Here we are, going back to the house. We are returning, we open. Well, that's basically it. Now we will tell you how much such a house costs and show you information about it so you can form a final impression. I approached Slava, who was standing here in the master bedroom, to get his opinion. I came in and said that for this amount, the house is actually quite good.
But I have a slightly different opinion. Based on my internal impressions, the price is a bit inflated. How much is it? $339. A bit too expensive for this house, for this plot of land. Why do I think so? First of all, a lot has been saved here. For example, take the master bedroom.
Slava did not like the mirrors. They were small mirrors.
In my opinion, it would be more interesting and beautiful to place a large mirror here, just one. I think it would be more beautiful.
Well, on the other hand, this is just my opinion. Yes, they may have saved on mirrors, but they provided the opportunity. For example, here between the mirrors, you can install an additional shelf, a closed one, where you can also hide things. I really like it when there is a little container in the center of the sinks, but I don't like it very much. To avoid cluttering everything here on the surface, I like it when everything is clean. Sometimes I really miss that. It's exactly these tall external boxes, so it's clear that you can stack things down there, but if it were standing here, you could put everything away, open it when needed, take things out, and here you would have everything clean, spacious, and nothing else.
Well, you see, our opinion on this aligns.
Because you don't really have any bubbles.
Because I can hide my little bubbles.
Yes, you only have 2 of them, so they won't get messy. I have 1 billion. By the time you display all of this, the look is already lost. When you first walk in, it's clean and spacious. But just imagine if I piled a bunch of cosmetics here, or put a hairdryer or something else, and that's it. You walk in, and it's such a clutter. A neat shelf would really save me. What else didn't you like, Lo?
The cheapest finish.
Well, neat, agree.
Neat, but in places of poor quality. I saw where it was painted crookedly, and there are some cracked floor tiles. I saw this, for example, in Leavenrome. Well, and overall the layout of the house just doesn't work in some way.
It is ordinary. Right now they are building such houses very often.
This strength.
So friends, we can show you right here. Look, the amount is $339. This house costs $339,000. The land is already included, as I mentioned. The house is from the year 2023, so 1721. I said 31. This house has 1721 square feet. So, what else is here? What information? 1721 square feet for this house. And the lot is 1686 square feet. Oh, listen. That's even a little bit bigger than standard 10,000, right? It's standard 1,000, but here it's lot 1686 square feet. It doesn't look that way from the side. So, what else do we have here? Well, basically, we've seen everything else. A garage for 2 cars. Unfortunately, there is no house plan available here, as this is neither a developer nor a model home. It is simply a house for sale. So, this is what there is. Here, you don't choose anything anymore. You can't redesign. It is what it is. Well, yes, as Slava said, there are indeed things to nitpick about this house. I think you can find something to nitpick in any house, but overall it's neat. At first glance, Slava just had more time. He looked around and peeked into every corner. What I walked through and saw was still neat, and Slava initially noted that, despite the simple finishes, it looks quite tidy. It's clear that there are areas where the paint is poorly applied and maybe some tiles have cracked, but perhaps the tiles didn't crack because of poor workmanship. After all, how can tiles be poorly done? Maybe something just fell on them. If necessary, I think they can change it. If you ask, I believe they can either replace it or offer a discount for this defect. Here, the layout is indeed very ordinary, quite standard for modern houses nowadays. Why do we sometimes look at and enjoy viewing secondary housing? Because despite the fact that the house is not new, it has interesting layouts, not like the ones that are built in almost all houses today. And if the house is not particularly expensive, you can buy it, finish it, renovate it to your liking, and it will have a great layout. Lots in older houses are larger because homes were built with bigger lots in the past than they are now. Nowadays, there is a tendency to save on lot sizes. Therefore, as you know, there are nuances with their own pros and cons. Well, this is a budget house priced at $339,000, which is essentially a low price for a new house in our city. In the community, frame houses cost about the same, are of similar size and are nothing special. Only they are stacked on top of each other. In general, the neighbors are just a meter away from the window, and the neighbor starts right there. But here, at least within the city limits, there is some space. So basically, it's an average regular price. Alright friends, let's go. He said that, well, there's a representative sitting there. This is his car, and there are actually many such houses in the city. And, as we have already mentioned, this is indeed the case. I saw a lot of houses of this type for sale on the marketplace, so we decided to come and take a look inside. But it all depends on the lot. That is, there are larger lots and a slightly larger house. The difference can be just $10,000, right? This house is a bit wider and longer. The size is different, so depending on the location, the area and the lot, the price will vary, and the size of the house may change. Here, there is still an undeveloped lot. Here are the neighbors living. So, well, that's it, friends. We have looked at the house and shown it to you. Please write your impressions about this house, what you might have noticed that we didn't. Very often, viewers pay attention to certain nuances that we did not notice while watching. But when you watch the video, you can examine everything in more detail and pause it. We, film and watch everything at the same time, so we might overlook something. Not bad, maybe to put it on a 10-point scale, if we were to rate it, perhaps it could be rated a 6, right?
I would probably say 7. Yes.
Slava even gave it a 7, so it's not that it's a really bad house, It's not bad.
Not a bad house, but there are questions.
But considering that we have previously seen houses there priced over 500 and over 400, here the price is 339. So, well, it's clear that for such a price, it won't be the same as the houses we showed that cost over 500,000. Therefore, basically for this price, well, it can be rated around 7.
Fair enough, I guess.
Well, that's it, friends. We will wrap up our video today. A review of a house, a real house for sale, not a model. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to everyone who watches us. And thank you to everyone who watched until the end. Well, as always, we wish everyone all the best and good things. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next videos. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.